Chancellor Bardo, would you just talk to me a little bit about how the university is going to work through the process of understanding how much you're going to have to cut, and then what you're going to do to find that money?
Yeah, we're going to continue watching the state revenues, and we're going to continue talking to the political leaders of the state to get our hands around where they think the actual budget is and where they think the actual cuts are going to be. Internally, what we're doing is trying to look for every efficiency we can, continuing to do that. We're trying to minimize layoffs, because in the end, if you lay people off and when times get better, you can't offer the service that you need to offer. We are looking at organization and trying to get our hands around organization, simplifying the curriculum, again, looking at the whole question around middle management, utilities, how we can save there, just a whole array of fairly normal things. In terms of the process, as we get a little closer to having an understanding of what the issues are that we're trying to work through, we'll start sharing that more broadly with Faculty Senate and Staff Senate and others to get feedback to make sure that we have it in a reasoned way and that people have an opportunity to comment and to work with us.
Is it fair to say that if the university's cut $15 million over the past 2 years, that has been money that has maybe insulated personnel cuts, and that this year that's not going to happen?
It hasn't insulated personnel, because what we do is, for example, I've had soft freezes on at the university on and off various times. Soft freeze meaning if a position comes vacant, we judge whether we're going to fill it or not. If we get new positions, I judge whether I'm going to allocate them or not. And so we've been holding back positions expecting budget cuts. So that's why, for example, I have in hand about 5% of the money before I ever go out to the institution to ask, because I held back positions and I held back operating budget. And that's really been my style as we've gone over the last several years. When we talk about the $15 million, remember that's both permanent cuts and reversions. So it's not all out of the base. It's, there's pieces of that. And we've also had some enrollment growth and other things that have added back to that base. But what it means is you're teaching more students with less money per student at the same time that you're pulling funds back.
Mm-hmm. And I guess you'll be going to Raleigh to talk to the newly elected legislators.
Sure.
What's your message going to be?
Well, then basically the message is that I believe that the UNC system is going about this in a reasoned and rational way. I think Tom Ross has done a very good job of coming on as the new leader, assuring that we have good priorities. So I would ask them to manage the budget within the university's priorities, and others don't take and add money to things that the university did not put forward. Secondly, I would ask them to give us maximum budget flexibility so that we minimize the damage to the institution. And third, that they allow any tuition to stay on the campus to help defray the costs and to support student education.